Okay.
Up straight. Good. Smile's good. Tell me when you're ready.
Yep, go.
All right, Alex. What made you decide to go to C Education tutoring?
Goodness. I decided to come to C2 because a lot of my friends who did very successfully on the SAT went to C2, and they always performed very well and told me how great it was. So I had my mom come and we checked it out, and I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
That's okay.
Take a deep breath. Act like we're just talking. Don't think like you're in a testing or casual sort of conversation. So.
Okay.
All right. So what you came to C2? What's your primary goal of C2 and why you're coming to C2?
I came to C2 in order to try to improve my SAT score, which was not very good at the time. Anything else? Like, do they need to be? I'm sorry. But
What's the main reason you came to C2, and how have you improved from that day one?
Sorry, you could say so.
Why did you come? What made you come to C2? What were you looking to improve upon?
I was looking to improve my SAT score. I took the PSAT, and it showed like a projection for my SAT, and I knew that it had to be higher in order for me to get into a college that I dreamed about. So when I heard about C2 from my friends, it just seemed like the ideal place for me to come and do that.
Where are you now on your educational path from where you were? In other words, how has your scores improved using SAT C2 methods?
Well, if you're talking about raw score, when I took the preliminary test, I got a 1050, and when I finished about 2 months of C2's tutoring, I was up at a 1450 on my real SAT. So that was a massive improvement, and it was awesome.
What do you find most helpful about C2 education and unique, and what helped you as a student learn?
I feel like the tutors, it wasn't just tell you what to do. It was kind of like they would work with you and they'd make you laugh at the same time. It was like you were actually working with a real person, not just a teacher.
How do you think you've changed as a person since coming to C2 and learning some new study methods, or improved? You've really improved. Have you seen the change in your confidence and your attitude?
After achieving that score on the SAT, it made me believe that nothing was impossible. I thought before, it was impossible, that the SAT was something that only the smartest people could. All right, scratch that. I don't want to say that.
Sorry, start over.
After you've seen the improvement with C2, how has that changed your attitude and your outlook on where you're headed?
That nothing is impossible. That not geniuses can get great scores in their SAT, and it's not just,
Talk to us about where you're looking to go to college, and what are some of your aspirations and dreams about going to college and studying in college?
So my top 3 schools I'm looking at are University of Michigan, University of Virginia, and Carnegie Mellon. And it's my aspiration to become an engineer and try to work to create renewable energy solutions.
What would be your recommendation to some kids out there that are maybe freshmen or sophomores or juniors that are looking to improve upon their scores or need some help? What would you advise them to do?
I would say start at C2 now, because when I started it was 2 months before my SAT, and it helped me move my score up 400 points, and if you were just there an entire year, just imagine that impact.
What was the number one thing you should tell a student who's considering tutoring at C2? The number one thing?
If you could start it out by saying the number one thing I think that people who are thinking about C2 and then go blah, 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 blah.
Okay. The number one thing I would tell the people considering C2 is that it really does make a difference. It's not just...
You can start over. Do the same thing again, start over.
All right, I just gotta think.
Okay.
What do I say?
Think about what you want to say. We don't have to go off the cuff completely. So, all right, let's think about the number one reason you would advise someone to come to C2. So let's think about and articulate. The number one. Is it that you learned how to prepare better? You had a better understanding of the testing system? Was it, you had it up there, you just had to get it out,
Yeah.
and you need to have a teacher? Those are the sort of things that we're looking at.
Yeah.
So, take your time.
Okay. The number one thing I would tell people who are considering C2 is that they really help get all the information ready. I don't know. It's hard. Like.
That's all right. You
don't know.
can start over and try another one. See what else you say.
Motion your hands. Like this. You can put them in your pockets if you want to put them on your hips, whatever's comfortable. We want you to look natural and feel like you're just having a conversation with a friend saying, hey, what was the best thing that you did at C2 that you want to tell me to do, or your younger brother or younger sister? What would you tell them?
The number one thing I would tell people if they were considering C2 is that it truly makes a difference. Like, if I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. You can start over again.
I just don't know what to say. Like.
Oh, okay.
Like.
All right, let's go to another question.
What's let's say the top takeaway that C2 has given you during your time leading up to and getting ready for the test? Or a few things. You could say a few things. Or some of the things I've learned. Or
I would say the biggest thing I've learned from C2 is that nothing is impossible with a little hard work. I put in the hours, of course, with the support of my tutors, and it really paid off.
how much time do you have left in? Are you still doing some current workshops or sessions or tutoring right now?
I just finished my SAT prep tests, or not SAT prep. I just finished my subject test. I took a math C2, and I took chemistry. So I think I'm not currently studying for any test, but I'm going to use my hours for college essays, because I've also been told by my previous friends that came here that they really help with your college essays, and they make a difference in the application process.
All right, that's good. I've gone through the questions.
So we're going to do them again.
Okay, Alex. You decided to come to C2 education because you wanted to work on improving your scores. What were you looking at when you first started looking around, and then you did need help? What were some of the things you were looking at? What did you find in C2 that you were looking for?
I met some of the tutors before I actually signed up, and I really liked them as people. And I knew that it wasn't just going to be them telling me what to do, but actually working with me and making me feel like I'm not just doing schoolwork, but actually learning.
Tell me about where you were on your scores when you first started, and after using C2, where you are currently now in your scores.
When I first took my preliminary test, before I started tutoring at C2, I got a 1050, which was a score that I was rather disappointed with. And after about 2 months of tutoring, I went all the way up to a 1450, which was a massive improvement and something that I'm very happy about.
All right, let's repeat that answer. Just go saying, starting with, I started with the score of, and after C2 tutoring, and I would say that the 1050 was not what I was looking for, so I was looking for improvement in effectiveness.
Okay. Before I started tutoring with C2, my score was around a 1050, and that's not what I was looking for. So I decided to start tutoring with C2, which brought my score up 400 points to 1450, which I'm very happy with.
And so you talked to me about, you did a drastically improvement in your SATs, and now you're currently doing some other testing here at C2. What are those things, and what are you studying for?
I'm studying for my SAT subject. Should I just say I'm studying for my SAT subject test?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm studying from SAT subject test now that some colleges require me to take. I'm studying for the math C2 and the chemistry subject tests. So I'm working alongside the tutors to try to improve my skills in those more advanced areas and try to get a good score on these relatively harder SATs.
And what schools are you looking at applying to? And
I'm looking at the University of Michigan, University of Virginia, and Carnegie Mellon. I'm primarily interested in them because they have phenomenal engineering programs, and that's what I'm looking to do.
Okay. Changed based on either learning some new studying habits or gaining confidence with your seeing how you improved over your time at C2?
It has definitely improved my confidence, knowing that if I put in hard work, I can get excellent results, and it shows me that anything's possible that I put my mind to.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your career aspirations are and what you're looking to do during college and after college, if you have those?
Well, during college, I would like to join. I would like to participate in an honors program and study engineering. I would also like to go abroad for a year. I'm not sure if
What's your dream job?
My dream job is to be some type of engineer, probably a chemical engineer, because I love chemistry and it's something I'm good at.
If you had to recommend C2 to some colleagues or classmates or a younger brother or sister, what would you tell them about the C2 experience?
That it doesn't seem like you're just studying for the SAT, but you're actually learning, and that the skills that you're learning reflect back to school, and it's not just helping you for the test, but will help you get better grades. And yeah.
Let's do that one again. Let's
Okay.
start off by saying I would recommend C2 or something where you have C2 in front of it.
Okay.
So once again, the question is, if you had to recommend C2 to a classmate or a younger student or a younger brother or sister, tell us some of the reasons why you would recommend C2.
I would recommend C2 because the skills they teach you, they're not just for the SAT. They can be applied anywhere, and they've actually improved my test scores in school. And yeah.
That's a good answer. I'm good.
Okay.
Think artistic.
Yeah, I know.
Think relax. It's getting a little hot in here.
Let's have them just sit down. We're going to ask the questions on the chair. Go back there. I'm going to pull my chair over here.
You get to sit.
We ask the
Yes.
same stupid questions again.
All right, so why don't you turn your chair and that you're facing this way. Come in a little further. And keep your hands on there. That's good.
Leave my hands like this. It's fine.
That's fine. How's your angle there, Kenny?
Good. So if you got to get out of the way, Brian, you got to be over here.
I'm in the shot.
Yep.
Am I out of the shot? How's that look?
Okay. Go.
Deep breath, relax, smile. Think of something fun. The weekend's
Yes.
coming up.
Say this isn't torture.
This isn't torture.
Good smile. We're going to talk about C2 education, and tell us about when you first started looking for help to improve your SAT scores. What were you looking for, and what did you find in C2?
Well, I started looking for a tutor because when I got my PSAT scores, they were not where I would like them to be. So we looked around, and I remembered a couple of my friends went and got tutored at C2, and they said they really enjoyed the experience and their SAT scores went up. So that's her.
So tell us about.
Hold on, want to ask that one again? Just one more time. Same question.
So Alex, how did you choose C2? What were you looking for and how did you find C2?
When I first got my PSAT scores back, they were not where I wanted them to be. We can read it.
Start over, that's fine.
Yeah, fine.
That's the magic of this. We can deep
So
breath, smile, laugh.
when I first got back, okay, how should I start it?
You say when I
I'll ask the question again. I'll lead you in.
Okay.
So we're here with Alex at C2 Education. Tell us about what you were looking for when you found C2 and what you found and what you liked about C2 when you did discover it.
When I first discovered C2, I got to meet with the tutors before I actually signed up, and they were very friendly. They actually coached me through problems and act as.
start, do the same thing again,
Okay.
start over.
Remember to talk about. All right. So what were you looking for in C2? Did you come here for a specific reason? Did you want to improve your SAT scores or other testing?
I came here to improve my SAT scores. When I first took the preliminary SAT, I was around a 1050, and that was not where I wanted to be. So I studied with my tutors for 2 months, and that brought up my points by 400 to be a 1450.
Great. Tell us about the staff here and what they did to help you, and did that help you in other areas of your studies?
The staff here are very friendly. They would work with other things if you needed help with them. They wouldn't force you to just study SAT. If I was ever struggling in a subject, we could just branch away. They were very flexible, and we could work on that.
What do you think is some of the unique and really helpful things that you might suggest to some classmates or some younger people that are looking for tutoring help?
Can you repeat the question?
I feel like I'm at a spelling bee. If you would recommend C2 to younger classmates, or say younger brother or sister, what are some of the things you tell them about that you experienced here and why they were helpful?
I would tell one thing I would tell people I know about C2 is that it actually works. I saw massive improvement.
Let's talk about how you came in for improving your SATs, but you also saw improvement in other areas of studying, and talk about how you, with the achieving the better scores, how to improve your confidence too.
Okay. When I was studying for the SAT here at C2, okay. When I was studying for the SAT here at C2, we worked with test taking skills that helped improve my test scores, not only on the SAT but in school, and improve my grades.
Talk about your confidence then when you
after
jumped 400 points on your SAT scores.
After I jumped 400 points on my SAT scores, my confidence went way up. It made me feel like I could do anything I put my mind to.
What did your parents say when you got the improved score in the mail or email?
At first they couldn't believe it, and then they were very ecstatic.
So you went up 400 points just in one test?
Yeah.
Wow. That's probably higher than anybody you knew or your friends and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I think I actually got the highest.
40% is astronomical. This doesn't have to be taped, did you go in without much prep work in advance and just took it for the first time? Was it the PSAT you said?
So I just took 2 tests.
Yeah.
So how did you know to come to C2 to be able to get the changes?
A lot of my friends told me about it. I had, I would say 5 friends that came here, and they all actually loved it. They didn't say, "Oh, I have to go to C2." They would say, "Oh, I'm going to C2 today. I can't do something. Whatever you want to do." They really enjoyed it. So
C2 is cool.
C2 is cool.
That's good. That was great.
See, I want that smile. I want that laugh and smile.
All I know is if my son went up 400 points, I would have bought him a car.
Yeah, my parents just
Did you get a car?
I got a car, but that was for Eagle Scout, not for.
What was your project?
I built in Black Hills. You know where Black Hill Park is?
I'm a Virginia guy.
Okay. I built about a half a mile of trail, and I designed and built 2 benches overlooking the water.
Said, hey, you got to go do this? Or you just heard about C2 and hey, I got to check this out?
They would always talk about it. There was this one group of friends that would always talk about C2. So I was like, I need to get in on this because they're getting 100% on all their tests and stuff, and they're all getting 4.5s GPAs.
What did your friends say when you told them your improved score after 2 months of C2 training?
I didn't tell them because I don't want them to feel bad.
They know now or not?
I think I told a few of my closest friends, but I don't tell.
You didn't brag about it.
Yeah.
So you must have been just going around in your own head saying, wow.
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting into college now. That was my response when I got my scores back, was just a huge weight was taken on my shoulders because I didn't think I could do that well. And when I did, it was just like, wow, I can't thank everyone that supported me enough.
You don't want to go through it again and go take it again, do you?
My parents are happy with my scores, but perhaps I might try to shoot for a 1500 if I want to take it again.
Wow. So you might do it again on your own. Could you tell us about, just say that again, just say, I did really well and my parents aren't pushing me, but now I want to go and, you know, come to C2 a little bit more and try to get up to a 1500?
Yeah. Everyone was really happy with my 1450, but C2 tutors here told me that they could help get me up to beyond a 1500 if I kept studying here, and I believe it, because with just after 2 months I went up 400 points. Like, that's crazy.
That's great.
That's great. That's great.
That's you come across natural. You're giving a big smile, and you're.
That's great. Well, it's also pretty cool that you went up that many.
Well, yeah, I mean,
most people don't do that.
We're going to talk to Alex tomorrow and see if he got 14.
So that also will probably help you. This high scores will help you probably in getting scholarship offers and things like that.
I didn't even think about that yet. I just thought, wow, like, I think it's actually going to put me on the table when it comes to college, because everyone these days has a great GPA. A 4.3 is nothing special, but actually having a great SAT score and that GPA is going to definitely have colleges talking about me.
Together, great.
Great.
I waited to respond.
You're going to be on. You're going to be the superstar of the video now.
I think we're good in this stuff. I'd like to get him with a couple, like talking to a tutor, like just conversing.
Yes.
Time when I'm sitting down with my tutors, like, it's not strict. It's just you get work done, and there's, like, I don't know. That's better.
That's okay. Can you just say that one more time? Yeah, like, you know, just say at C2 I have a good time with my tutors, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, at C2 I have a good time with my tutors. It's not really strict. It's not like they tell you what to do. It's just they help you work through problems that you want to work on.
Yeah, we try and keep the environment pretty laid back to make it a change of pace from school itself. We try to get to know them on a personal level, because we're really invested in their own personal growth and helping them achieve their goals. You know, and then we have a motivated student like Alex. It only makes it easier, and in this area in particular, we have a lot of motivated students, so it's always good to have someone like Alex come in, even just for a short period. He hasn't even been here that long, right?
How long have you been here?
2 months.
That's it? 2 months?
And the gains have been tremendous. So
Do most students come to C2 with a very specific goal in mind?
yeah, they start Angela's front office with their parents. They have a long sit down, and they establish those goals right off the bat. And then once those goals are established, they turn them over to us, and that's where the magic begins. Right?
How long?
Where he was and where he wanted to be. What was?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Alex, knowing what he came in with a very specific goal and what he wanted his score to achieve.
So as I mentioned before, after Alex had his sit down at the front office and establish his own personal goals, kind of the first session I have with them is we do spend some time to learn Alex, learn what strategies would work best for him, the style of tutoring that would best suit him. Does he prefer me to be in his face all the time, watching his work and going problem by problem, or would he prefer to, and this I think is what most students prefer, what I think worked well for Alex is give him a guiding strategy, something that can maybe change the way he thinks about certain problems, and then just watch his mind take off from there. As Alex mentioned earlier, part of the reason he likes coming here is the laid-back environment, that we're not constantly rah in his face, but we can give him smart strategies and give him a way to maximize his time in here. And then by the end of the session, we just hope he can apply that strategy to many variations of problems, and that's what Alex mastered. He's very bright.
One of the things he mentioned to us is that he's taken the strategies and skills that he's learned here and he's used them in other areas besides just specifically an SAT course.
That's great to hear. Yeah, definitely happy to hear that. And the types of things they may need to work on covers a wide range. Could be reading, writing, math. And in terms of the testing world, some students come in, they don't even know that they should be preparing for these subject tests. They may have a dream to go to Princeton or a dream to go to Harvard, and they may be completely unaware that there is an entire extra level of testing they have to go through. So we help to clarify any misconceptions and to get them on track with those too. So the process can seem very daunting, but I think it's the teamwork, the camaraderie we feel. And at the end of the day, the reason I like being a C2 is the satisfaction and seeing a guy like Alex really improve. I think the only
Normally.
Yeah, I was gonna jot something actually.
Like here, I want you to pull 4 ends.
And we're gonna.
So start here. I actually just walk you through it. Let's see.
This reminds me so much of school, and I don't want to be reminded of that.
There we go. There we go. This part. So Alex has already done the problem. So I believe you got this wrong. So let me show you a better way to do it. Here we have 5y plus 13 equals 48, which you recognize just a one variable equation. One strategy we teach off the bat is to always subtract from both sides. Now, what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. So now we have 5y equals 35. What do you think I should do here?
Divide by 5.
Right? So I'm going to go ahead and divide by 5. So then I have y equals 7. And then I'm tempted to just go ahead and circle y equals 7 wherever I see it. But you know the SAT is always never that simple. What is the question they ask to solve for? 3y. And that's why you got it wrong. You didn't catch that. So we have to take this y multiplied by 3. Always stay on your toes and think of that extra level of sophistication that may try and make it to the problem by just changing it slightly.
Gotcha. Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
Nah.
This is not like a SAT. Do whatever you want. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, but
There's no
what if I don't want to be
answer.
what if I'm not creative enough? Like, what if I just write SAT?
Just go for it. Just go for it.
Okay.
Oh, my sister.
And then the number real big, double that size. Like you're proud of it. And hold it up to count.
I want to go over the SAT too.
There you go, Alex. That's good.
Great. Can be just as bad as mine.
What?
Rent cash. Wow.
Which is why.
Wow.
The movie's coming out. Go to.
What's it about?
A tutor.
Does that make sense?
Facing the difficulties of children.
Yeah.
That was it's a summary of everything.
Alright, I need some help.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Look at the bigger picture. So it's in conclusion, you recap why you chose it.
So, how do I know if that's arithmetic or geometric?
So remember, arithmetic is going to increase by what? The same thing. Increase. So plus, plus, plus. If you go from 0.2, don't you dare. No, you go from 0.2, that's increase what?
0.2.
0.2 to 0.25 increase what?
0.05?
Right, so it's already broken.
So it's geometric.
Not necessarily. Now, if it's geometric, we have to be able to divide the numbers. So divide 0.2 by 0.25. Not the 5.25 or 0.27. Did you get different results?
And then you're right at the end of it.
Yes.
In the end, so it's easy. It can be easy. It's totally
Something big,
Then
bigger.
what is it?
Makes sense? You're going to be graded across four areas.
increase
Forcing by the first time.
geometric
Ideas and analysis.
It says if it's convergent.
This is how well you are remember, right?
Convergence.
If you are able to understand the perspective,
convergence,
analyze it appropriately,
necessarily
and this also includes how well you
Okay.
can
describe
describe
any function as being
that makes
convergent.
sense how your thesis works.
Remember the rules.
How much I can
So is our function top heavy or bottom heavy?
It is equal.
support is how well you
What do we do?
example.
That's what those sounds really nice. And notwithstanding, it's all good off. Okay, so it's got to be like that.
That makes sense. Organization.
So that's used in here. You gotta use your ear.
How will you transition between things?
Okay. Go to 50. Okay.
Language how well you Does this make sense? Each one is graded out of
until he got his first break with a comic series entitled
1 to 6.
Tale of the Jungle is by
or 2
Felix Fiddle about jungle animals' attempt
right?
to adjust
So it
to
ends
a
up being
hostile world.
48%. Technology one.
I want to say.
As a heads up, I think it's easiest to use these as ones you disagree with, and this is the one you agree with.
Dog's food.
But it's entirely up to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Now, what
Read
if I
through
have
it.
two
I'm
dogs?
going to start a timer. You have
40 dogs.
40 minutes. Exactly. Sound good? So,
Wait, isn't it added
Have you asked?
0 to each time?
yeah, I did it badly. This is, you'll see this on everyone. This is what prompt itself looks like. Right?
Because like 0.25 is
This is
0.27 is just
what they tell you.
0.02.
This is like the instruction.
Yeah, but it added around 0.5 here.
I know.
Analyze perspectives, develop your own perspective, explain the relationship. So,
There's that. I
right?
think it's answering.
No, I know
This-
what money is. I'm trying to do it without counting.
Cool.